That is a funny picture. Hey, what is going on, guys? It is the crypto siege. I looked dumbfounded, like thinking, what should I do? What's going on? How is everyone doing? It is the crypto siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good freaking morning to you and happy Monday. Happy Monday to you as well. Yeah, what an exciting time to be in the digital asset space, huh? I'm excited. Are you excited? I am absolutely excited about being in the space. I got to tell you, yeah. So the delisting and halting of trading on XRP, the SEC lawsuit, is this all planned? Was it all planned? Is this the plan? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Interesting. Let me see. Let's try to get some more light on this situation. I don't know if that's helping or not. We'll see. So, what is the plan? Is there a plan? I think so. I think there is. We shall soon see. Shout out to Darren Moore. He shared this in the Patreon, this Patreon group a few days ago. Actually, I got the email about it, and I didn't have a chance to go over it, but I'm going to share a video from Darren Moore. Shout out to Darren Moore, that dude, Darren Moore Jr. If you're not following that guy on YouTube, follow his YouTube channel. I joined his Patreon. You have to decide for yourself. For me, it is well worth it to really level up my IQ in the digital asset space, but especially with XRP. Absolutely love being a Patreon there for sure. But yeah, so is it part of the plan? I don't know. We're going to get into a little bit. We're going to watch some of that video and talk about that. But I got to tell you, wow. Very interesting. We're going to listen to a lady, I think her name is Kathy Wood from ARK Invest. I think it's Kathy Wood. Man, she lays out some stuff there that I just think, again, I find it to be fascinating that a financial firm like that, ARK Invest, is really getting the bigger picture, for what's going on in digital assets. And it's interesting. It really is interesting. It definitely says we were right. And it's feeling like it more and more and more. One of the biggest challenges is to really grasp the fact that, if you're an XRP hodler, and especially if you've been an XRP hodler for years and years and years and years, it's hard sometimes to grasp the reality that we were right. Because that whole big picture, right? It's hard to kind of really put your brain and wrap your mind around. If there's a good chance that we were right. It's hard for if you're not in financial space, haven't been in that space for a while, and happen to be a retail investor who picked the right one. Not that a lot of other digital assets will not win during the bull run, but to pick the right one is sometimes it's hard to wrap your brain around the fact that you might have picked the right one. And I don't know what's going on with Stellar. I honestly don't know. But I am going to take some of my dirty, nasty fiat and get some. I think I am. I really do think I am. I'm certainly going to snatch up the 4 for $1, possible 5 for $1 for XRP. That is looking like it's more and more likely. Certainly going to do that. Some of the bigger traders have said that they took their stuff out of BTC. I took mine out way too early. I took my BTC out at 26 something and put it in the XRP. I took it out late. Obviously, I took it out way early. I mean, the thing got all the way up to 41,000, right? But the word amongst the big traders is that they took their BTC out, especially with profits, and put it in the XRP. Planning on this happening. Didn't know that it was going to happen this soon. BC Backer was thinking like a week or so, right? And it looks like it's the beginning of it happening now in terms of the pullback that is going on. So interesting thing. But again, sometimes it's hard to kind of wrap that brain around. I was right. That's why we have, thank God, we have content creators. Thank God. David Schwartz does what he does on Twitter, and thank God, you know, Brad Garlinghouse does what he does, and he doesn't have to do it on Twitter. Like he doesn't have to do it. Um, so it's a big deal. What's going on? Again, I think that interview with Frank Chaparro is massive when he stated that, you know, we know that central banks are looking to build their central bank digital currencies on the XRP ledger. He didn't have to say that. I mean, right? Brad Garlinghouse is meeting with Madame Lagarde and, you know, Mark Carney and Augustine Carson, right? He doesn't have to impress Frank Chaparro, right? So, you know, why did he put that out there? You just got to really think about that, right? Why did he put that out there? All right, so let me say hey to the family. We're going to get into some things for sure. Jay Corin was first. Hola, my friend. Good to see you. Darren Carter, how are you, my friend? What's going on, bro? Big John is in the building. Alfie 366, hello. Hello to you, my friend. Rob Singh is here. What's good, brother? Darren said, I just bought a bag. How about that? How about that, Darren Carter? I'm happy for you, man. Michael Grave, aloha. Aloha, bro. Are you checking in from Hawaii, brother? Michael, are you checking in from Hawaii? Crypto Cajun is here. What's up, my friend? Doobie 2 is in the building. What's up, brother? Lance Morgan. I'm glad you like the view, my friend. Good to see you this morning. Mr. Pasquale 31 is in the building. Good morning to you. What is up? Every exciting month of January is about to jump off. Like pillars, I believe you're correct. Andre Hayes is here. Whole market looking purchasable. That's what I'm talking about right there. I just checked the fiat cash account just to kind of see. So definitely got some cash waiting to. I definitely want to get some for a dollar. And it look as though, uh, I don't know. It's looking as though I'll be able to. I'm going to do some stellar, maybe 200 to 500, not a lot, just to kind of see, you know, that kind of deal. Like Phyllis says, I've read this morning that Stellar is now being hindered for trade. Hindered for trade. Interesting. Where did you see that, Life Pillars? James the Waffler, Bitcoin is going to crash, but yeah, it's feeling like that. Gokhan Zaiva Aktas. Hi, C. How are you, my friend? Good to see you, my friend. Hope I didn't mess your name up too bad. Wi-Fi Reviews is in the building. What's good with you, my friend? Hey, C. Hi, Legends. I've said this from the outset. Yeah, you have, bro. You have. Yeah, it's interesting stuff, Richard France. Good to see you, bro. It really is. Bitcoin is going to crash now. And XRP will take the number one spot. Trump is cracking down on China, and they have more than 50% of the BCC mining power. Yeah, executive order 13, is it 13959? Something like that, 135959, something like that. We're going to go over that a little bit as well. We covered that executive order months and months ago when he put it out. And again, the executive orders that he put out, when we talked about executive order 13772, then there was the executive order that let the independent or let the regulatory agencies do what they need to do to deal with the bill code. I think all of these things are going to begin to play themselves out in the coming months. Ansar Hussein, please tell me the buying zone for XRP. I don't know what the buying zone for XRP is. I do know that I like $4 for $4 and $5 for $1. When they show up, I'm in. Even if I just do $100, I'm in. That's me in the crypto season zone. So I can't tell you what to do with your money. I'm not a financial planner, right? I'm just journaling my journey with you guys in this digital asset space, right? Good morning, guys. TJ Jackson, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. As always, Josh is in the building. Barry Prasad, Crypto Seas. Good morning, my man. Good morning. Good morning to you, Barry. Good to see you, bro. IB Preston says huge. A good friend of mine says that too. She says huge. What's going on, bro? Frogadella Research is checking in. Good to see you, my friend. Charlie G is here. What's good, Charlie G? I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you today, man. The XRP ledger is fire. Wi-Fi reviews. The next move is Flare Networks going live, and then Flare Finance. The XRP ledger is, and I might add, straight fire, bro. Absolutely, I agree. Guys, over 100 people on the stream. Do me a favor. It's only 30 likes. Do me a favor and take the time to collapse that chat and go smash the like for the channel. That's telling YouTube that this channel is worthy and deserving to getting out to more of us, the average Jane and the average Joe, bringing them into this space. That is the key. That is the goal. Ultimately, we need more of us in the space. Access error is here. So do me a favor, smash that like if you haven't already. You only got 30 likes on over 100 people in the stream. Access error, very exciting because this Bitcoin is dropping. Like to see BTC maxis panic. Well, I got to tell you, I thought I saw a big significant number in liquidations on those who were long. And by the way, Alex Mashinsky called it. He said it was going to happen. He said it was going to happen with these liquidations. He said it was going to happen. I wonder if the sell token is going up or going down right now. Interesting the way that token moves. Cookie Mud is in the building. What's good, bro? Hey, Cease, stuffing bags every day. I hear you, my friend. I hear you. Billionaire Faith, I love your background. Well, thank you, Billionaire Faith. I appreciate that. Dano snowed out. Jay Sobers here. What's up, bro? Haven't seen you in a while. Good day, sir. Willie Washington, morning. Adam Apple. BIS and New York Fed. What's up with the BIS and New York Fed, TJ Jackson? Is it smart to buy Bitcoin right now? I can't tell you the answer to that. Is it time zero? I can't really tell you the answer to that. I honestly, I can't tell you the answer to that. I know in the crypto seizures home, we're not buying Bitcoin, right? We're not buying Bitcoin. You know, if Bitcoin gets 25 or so, we'll make another entry. You know, we'll make another entry. We'll ride that up. We'll get out of Bitcoin and put it in XRP. That's what we do in the crypto seizures home, right? ibupressens, it says smarter than it was yesterday. That's true. NC Wheezy is in the building. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Billionaire Faith, we know that the UK runs the world and they are on a different page for XRP. So it's all that matters. I hear you, my friend. We're going to go over that as well. Really, really great stuff. I got to tell you, really, really great stuff going on Twitter today. I'm going to share some of that, but I really want to just kind of turn you guys on to Darren Moore and Darren Moore Jr.'s channel and really take a good listen to what he's laying out here. Especially the lady from ARK Invest is really, really absolutely huge. It really, really is absolutely huge. Real excited. I got to do my my metabolism fat browning collagen 2.0 this morning in my coffee. I am absolutely loving this New York Fit. It is a game changer. Totally game changer. Get that metabolism maxed out as well. But fat browning is, I'm telling you, it is a game changer. Turn that white fat into brown fat. The brown fat burns energy big time, gets rid of that fat. I love it. Oh, TJ Jackson, BIS and New York Fed confirmed strategic partnership to further develop fintech. Oh, is that right? Okay. That's cool. That is cool. And then I'm going to go to a comment in this video of Darren's that I think Darren Moore, I think really does say it all. Invest in cybersecurity. Yeah, Wi-Fi. That's definitely a smart move, right? You can find some good companies out there. I would think that would be a very, very, very smart move. So let's try to share this Darren Moore thing and see if my thing will work. Last time it didn't work and I was just not happy about that. It did not work. There it is. What's this say here? What else we got? Okay, good. Ooh, I almost hit the wrong button there. Man, I almost hit the wrong button, guys. That would have not been good. Let's see if this is going to work this time. And what I mean by work is I always like to see myself also. And for some reason, last time, and again, it's not doing it again. It's not letting me see myself, which really, really sucks. All right. So let's do this. And I'm going to share something with you guys. Stop. Show video panel. Hide floating meeting controls. Names. Disable meeting info. None of that. It's not there. That really bums me out. Let's see something. See, nothing shows. Nothing shows. Oh well. All right, let's do this. Let's do this right here. Share that with you guys. New share, huh? Make sure that you guys can see her there. And then I will play this video for her. I'm telling you, it's great stuff. Lionel, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. Thanks for checking in this morning, brother. XRP Bags is in the building. What's up, crypto fan? What's up with you, dude? Let's get into this. All right, do that. I'll leave that on vibrate just in case Miss Crypto Siege calls. All right, let's play some of this. All right.
For entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor.
I also think that there's been more validation in the space when it comes to the regulators. So Brian Brooks at the OCC, Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, has basically said that public blockchains can be used for the settlement of transactions, and banks can become nodes on those public blockchains. Well, that was like a bolt of lightning. I just never expected it. And I don't think anyone else did either, except perhaps for some in the crypto world who were working closely with the regulators, which it clearly has been the case.
Brian Brooks, the active control.
Except for those working with the regulators in the crypto space. I know of such a company. Interesting. Listen to this.
Expected it. And I don't think anyone else did either, except perhaps for some in the crypto world who were working closely with the regulators, which it clearly has been the case.
Brian Brooks, the active controller of the OCC, recently announced banks are able to settle with public blockchains. Cryptocurrency is another word for public blockchains like Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum. We are officially at a point where the U.S. government has given the green light to the banks to settle in crypto. The debt is at a level of epic proportions, and there is now a threat of a liquidity freeze, when suddenly there are no sellers or buyers and thus no lending. Confidence is lost and the banks will refuse to transact with one another. Jim Rickards has called this liquidity freeze ICE 9. The dollar has been on a downwards trajectory, and I believe as the system freezes, the banks will be forced to settle in crypto assets.
That if you look at banks' working capital, today for a bank to make a cross-border transaction possible, they keep a very large amount of nostro account balances in the beneficiary country. And this is in the tune of about $10 trillion. And this $10 trillion is capital cost. This $10 trillion is the depreciation risk with the treasury of the banks or the PSP that manage it, but that is again gets passed on to the customer, which accounts for the large portion of the 7%. And now with digital assets being present, what we are able to do is, instead of having those balances 24/7, 365 days a year, we are able to convert that 100 GBP into XRP. That XRP travels to Philippines and within few seconds gets converted into Philippine peso and gets the payout happens. That means hundreds of millions of dollars of trapped capital that earlier used to be in Philippines now doesn't need to be there anymore. And that directly has an impact on the 7%, and it starts to go down.
And that is the game changer, right? And this is what I say to that. If Naveen Gupta knows that, and the people at Ripple know that, and we know that, that means, in my humble opinion, that they know that. You see what I'm saying? That is the big picture is, it's been brought to the bank's attention that you can free up all this trapped nostro and vostro money. And the benefits of doing that is a more efficient cross-border payment space. So that 7% spread can get lower and lower and lower and lower. But in addition to that, the nations of the world, I believe, central bank governors and the nations of the world have realized, even if it's the medium economies, right? The mid-sized economies and the small economies, even if it's just them, check the regions that Ripple, the company, is in. Once they get that bigger picture about their ability to not only perform cross-border cheaper, but also in significantly reducing, if you will, and mitigating the risk of their sovereign currency. Once they realize that, and it was clear to them, it was game over. It just had to be explained to them. The ultimate benefits had to, it couldn't just be cross-border payments, if you will. It had to be a bigger picture, even though all the nations and all the alphabets, WF and IMF and UNs and the CFPB, all of them get the challenges in cross-border payments. Once they got the bigger picture, right? Once they got that bigger picture of being able to really, if you will, take the risk off your sovereign currency, game changer. You throw in addition to that, of the move to go away from the US dollar as being the world reserve currency and a move into a global stablecoin, right? That's where it feels like we're going. That's why the central banks are making the moves that they are making, in my humble opinion, because we're moving into that, if you will, at that global stablecoin. And I'm going to show you something from the ECB that really, really points to that. This is part of the new financial system. New financial system. No more of the Triffin dilemma affecting the nations of the world. No more. And where the US will lose in terms of the world reserve currency status, it will gain, in my opinion, on Ripple, the company, being a good old USFA company. That's where I will believe they will gain, right? You know, obviously you're not going to get the whole, dollar as the world reserve currency. We're going to be moving away from that. But the fact that the good old USFA company is providing this technology to the world, I think is going to be important. I think it's going to be massively important. I really, really do. Fabiano, let me say hey to some other people checking in. Fabiano, $10 to $13. We are out, Siege. I hear you, Fabiano. I hear you, man. Ripple is going to the moon. Guillermo Arojo, how are you, my friend? Guillermo, how are you, bro? Good to see you. Where are you checking in from? Right, so Gamer for Life is here. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Yeah, I saw that, Gamer for Life. The Financial Conduct Authority of the UK, consumers should be prepared to lose all their money if they invest in schemes promising high returns from digital currencies such as Bitcoin. The city watchdog has warned, right? And so I would, for me, I would pay attention to that and think who stands to gain from that, right? And so here's the thing. Ultimately, are they trying to get rid of Bitcoin, or is that just a guise? I don't know. Ultimately, I don't know. I don't know if we know for sure if they're trying to get rid of Bitcoin. I've always felt that there was this concerted effort to not have Bitcoin be the poster child for the digital asset space. I've always thought that, right? And I'm talking the nations of the world, not wanting Bitcoin to be the poster child for the digital asset space. I just always thought that. I mean, I don't, it's just kind of this gut feeling that, this high energy, this high electricity, this whole controlling in China with the mining, it just feels like that whoever it is, the G7, the G20 nations of the world, whoever, are not wanting Bitcoin to be the poster child for the digital asset space. They know that the technology that Bitcoin brought is here to stay, but it feels like they don't want Bitcoin to be the poster child. That's what it feels like to me. Did I miss a super chat? Oh, Crypto with Lionel. Hey, what's good, brother? Good to see you. Good work, Crypto Seas. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for checking in on the Crypto Seas channel, bro. It's good to see you here. Guys, 154 people checking out the stream this morning, or this afternoon now, I should say. There's 71 likes. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit that like button. We always try to have just as many likes and thumbs ups as we have viewers in the stream. So yeah, so that's kind of my thought on that. And so we'll see. I don't, stuff in the news and, I'll listen, I'll, read it, but I don't know what the ultimate plan is with Bitcoin. I don't think that it goes to zero. It's a slim chance. Obviously, there's always a possibility. But I just think that they don't want to be in the poster child. I think that they want another digital asset to be the poster child of the digital asset space. I really, really do. I just, I think they want a company behind that digital asset. I think they want a chairman and a CEO behind it. I think that's just how the G7 nations and the G20 nations of the world operate. I don't see how it's even remotely possible that it can be the people from Ethereum. It's just not a good, just not a good look. What's up?
I need to go to work early, so on my coworker doesn't come.
Okay, why do you got to go early?
The other bus we have an emergency.
Okay, all right. So that's kind of the deal there, right? Yeah. So that's kind of how I see it, guys. I really, really do. Diesel Hound, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Is that Sean Aston? Hi, Sean. How are you? Eventually, Sean, so Bitcoin is crashing, dragging alts down with it. Will altcoins recover and uncouple from BTC? Eventually, right? Eventually that happens, Sean, in every bull run. You just don't know when it's going to happen. Who did I miss checking in? Marcel Eisenreich is here. How are you, Marcel? Good to see you, my friend. I don't think it's an either or, Marcel. I'm asking, since the banks are more into working with Stellar. Well, I would disagree with you that the banks are more into working with Stellar. There isn't a digital asset that has more banking partnerships than XRP, right? I think that's the illusion that more banks are working with Stellar. I don't think that's a fact at all. I think if you went to what is it? What's Leonidas's website? Oh my goodness, I can't remember what it is right now. Guys, let me know what Leonidas's website is. Marcel, if you went to Leonidas's website, and someone will put it in the chat here, and you check the partnerships, you check the people working on, not working, that are on the Ripple net, right? So I don't think it's an either or. I'm happy that Stellar finally has someone who can move that business model, right? David Schwartz, great guy, great mind, right? Not moving the business that is Ripple, right? That's left to Chris Lawson and David Schwartz, right? To move the business model, right? Jed McCaleb, again, is like a brilliant mind, right? Put together the XRP ledger with Arthur Brittle and David Schwartz. not so great on moving the business model, right? Right. We had that experience ourselves in our business world, right? Well, we came across really, really smart scientists and formulators and the like with great stuff, but they don't know how to take that product to the market, right? They don't know how to do it, right? So they came to us to help them do that, right? And so that's kind of the same situation that was with Stellar and Jet McCaleb, but it looks as though they found someone, and I think her name is Danielle Dixon, or Danelle Dixon, who is able to do that now. And so, which is right, I'm looking into actually getting some Stellar just because of that, right? Just because now I feel like they can move their business model into the marketplace, right? It's not enough to just have great technology. It's not enough, right? You got to have more than just great technology. You got to have people that can take it to the marketplace, right? People who can sit in the room, close doors, and explain and share and educate, right? You got to have all that stuff. You can't just have a real smart guy like David Schwartz running around. That won't work, right? Because a lot of people can't get to his genius level, right? And so I think they may have that now, Marcel and Danelle Dixon. But other than that, what is this? Okay, great. Thank you, mods. I don't know what that guy is doing. So I hope that answers your question, my friend. Hope that answers your question. The Thunder Sound is here. What's going on, my friend? Guillermo says, I'm betting on XRP. I hear you, my friend. The Thunder Sound says, I think the Bitcoin price pump was a last hurrah before the Tether Bitfinex $1 trillion RICO case for price manipulation. Woo! That's interesting stuff. So here's something that's not a speculation, right? Speculation is whether the powers that be don't want BTC to be the poster child in a concerted effort to make sure that that's not the case. That's speculation. What's not speculation is the $1.4 trillion lawsuit that has been brought on Tether. That's not speculation. That is a reality, right? So we'll see what comes of that, right? We'll see what comes of that, right? Alan, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Global, fair, and transparent payment system of XRP is the solution. 10,000%, Alan, 10,000%. I agree with you. And again, when you're talking about G7 and G20 nations, no one to call in case of some kind of challenge. How is that going to work? That's just not going to work, right? It's just not going to work, right? It really is. It's just not going to work. That type of stuff, right? So, right, that stuff is just not going to work, right? So, we'll have to see how that goes, right? We'll have to see how that goes. But in any case, GDLT is in the building. Appreciate you being here. Naptown XRP is here. What's up, my friend? Amazon pump. Okay, cool. How's MoneyGram doing these days? I am wondering. All right, 8 Truth Seeking is here as well. If Ripple and SpaceX merged, we wouldn't be going to the moon. We'd be walking our Doge on Mars. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. All right, 92 people on the stream. Hit the like button. That is awesome. Over 170 people in the stream. Let's try to get that up higher if we can do that, guys. We definitely want to get this channel out to more people so that we can get more of us in this space. Let's take more of a listening to Darren Moore's video that he put out this morning. I'm telling you, it is really, really great, really, really great stuff. Thanks, mods, for all your work here on the chat. I definitely appreciate that. So let's do that again. Share. Let's continue on this. There it is. Make sure it shows up with you guys. TJ Jackson breaking. Devraj Varandan joins Ripple from Amazon. We'll have to get into that as well. We'll have to get into that as well.
So for us, we are constantly thinking to say, hey, how do we make our business more efficient? How do we enable our partners around the world to, at a significant level and not at an incremental level, lower the cost of friction, the customer experience that they're facing today? And that's what we are doing on an everyday basis.
The financial system is stressed and the cracks are exposed. Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, and Jeremy Allure, CEO of Circle, hinted that the G7 has made a decision to shut down DeFi. Steve Mnuchin proposed the DeFi laws on the week of Christmas. Over the last few weeks, we have seen announcement after announcement regarding U.S. regulations. The regulations are surfacing and the price of crypto is appreciating. We are watching something transformational unfold. The chess pieces are positioned, and in one move, everything can change.
So again, big validation out there. Now, this is going to help the banks cut their costs, but we do think that stable coins, which this will promote, are simply they're a bridge to what we believe will be more of a disintermediation of banks. And we will see more almost direct to consumer and businesses from the central banking systems of the world. So
the XRP ledger allows users to create stable coins or central banks to issue wholesale central bank digital currencies. The G7 is rolling out regulation. Crypto
from the central banking systems.
That's a very, very, very powerful statement. Disintermediate the banks, right? And central banks are kind of going to go around the commercial banks. And more people are coming to this conclusion. I first heard it from Simon Dixon from Bank to the Future, the CEO of Bank to the Future. And more people are kind of coming to this conclusion that the central banks are going to be, going directly and dealing with you and I. Raoul Pal has kind of come to that conclusion as well, as a hypothesis as well. So look, let me read what David Schwartz says here. Another and timely benefit of the another in parentheses and timely. And when he puts things in parentheses, he's really making a point to those people listening, right? So let me read what Ripple X said here on January 8th. I didn't see this. That's right. The OCC this week granted banks permissions to connect to public blockchains. But how can they build on their benefits? This is a question asked Ripple, and the Ripple CTO Joe Katz breaks down how banks can issue stablecoins using the XRP ledger on ripple.com/insights, right? And then David Schwartz adds to this, and another and timely benefit of the XRP ledger, the unique fungible token functionality that makes it easy for banks to create, issue, and manage stable coins. I explain how with issue currencies, and that's the article on ripple.com/insights where David Schwartz goes over this platform. It's a platform, it's called issued currencies. And again, it's so important to remember there was Bitcoin and this blockchain technology, and then came Ripple. It used to be called OpenCoin. And its technology, second to the space, second in the game. They looked to create a better technology. They looked to create a Bitcoin 2.0, if you will. Came up with the ledger, came up with the XRP as the digital asset. Got to understand that. They took a different approach in Ripple in that they said, you know what? We're going to have a chairman. We're going to have a CEO. We're going to have a marketing department. We're going to have CTO. We're going to have developers. We're going to have a phone number. We're going to have an office. We're going to work with the current financial system to improve upon it, to make it better. A lot of people think because Ethereum is number 2 on livecoinwatch.com that Ethereum was number 2. It was not. It was not number 2. In fact, Ethereum and Vitalik Buterin got his idea from hanging out on the couches of Stefan Thomas and Evan Schwartz. That's where he got his idea. They talked about smart contracts way back when. So just understand that it's important to know the history of the digital asset space. And Ripple, from the beginning, number 2 technology to build a better Bitcoin. Understand that. And they took a different approach. They took a different approach. That approach, that choice to not go the libertarian, I don't want to say, to not go down with central banks and all of that stuff, and to not take that approach and say, no, we can make that system that's not going to go away, we can make it better. We can make it better. And that we cannot forget the 10, some people say it's 10 trillion or 27 trillion. We cannot forget that that is a lot of money being held up, which has caused the liquidity crisis, which has caused, in my opinion, the lack of money, right? The velocity of money is not, it's a reality. There is no velocity of money right now. It's just stagnant. And so this approach that Ripple took, I think, is the game changer.
Of the world. So
the XRP ledger allows users to create stable coins or central banks to issue wholesale central bank digital currencies. The G7 is rolling out regulation, crypto is being revalued, the negative attention is on XRP. Crypto is in the spotlight, but don't look at XRP.
Yep.
There is no doubt in my mind that this...
Think about that. Crypto is in the spotlight. I'm going to have to stop it here, stop the share. I think this is so important. Such a great point by Darren Moore. Shout out to Darren Moore. So, crypto is in the spotlight, but don't look at XRP. You see how the big guys play? You see how the powers that be play? That's how they play. It makes 1,000 and 10,000%. Again, on this channel, GDLT, we've always had this question. That's the $64-68 trillion question. How is it that you and I were able to hold this asset that we were not supposed to be able to hold? It wasn't created for us. Perhaps we were the marketing arm, right? Perhaps we were the test to see if people would get it, to see how well it worked, right? Perhaps our transaction was the proof of concept. I don't know, but I ultimately know the greater use case for this asset is not for you and I. The greater use case, not that platforms like Coil and Cinnamon and not that platforms like Zoom app from We Say When can't be created and built upon it. But the overall ultimate use case, not the only use case, but the ultimate use case was not about you and I using it. You leaving? Where's your key? Oh, never mind. Love you. Bye. Right? That wasn't the ultimate thing. So I think, when we say, was this the plan? This lawsuit, the halting of trading, delisting, is that part of the plan to be able to get the price to go up without a lot of people being able to get it? I don't know. It is something to think about, though. It is something to think about, because we say on this channel all the time, Wi-Fi, slow and steady for XRP in terms of price movement doesn't seem like the plan of a G7, G20 nations, where my neighbor and your dude, right, your coworker can, see a $3, then a $5. It just never felt like that could be the plan. And then a $10, and then a $15, where the masses just start piling in on. We say on this channel all the time, it doesn't feel like they want the number of XRP wallets to increase. It just doesn't feel like it, even though over 9,100 new wallets were started, right? So we shall soon see, right? Eric Jenkins is in the building. How are you, my friend? Siege. Uh-oh, did this thing stop working? Siege, you have always said that, and now it really seems true. Thank you, my friend. Let me do something. My mouse just went dead. Hold on a second. It is always kind of seen that way, right? Uh-oh. Why is that not working? Hopefully that'll work. It always kind of seemed that way, right? It really has. And so we shall soon see what is ultimately the deal there. What is ultimately the deal? We shall soon see how that works. So, we'll see. We'll see what's going on, but it just doesn't feel like they want the number of wallets to go up. It just really just doesn't. We'll see. But let me play more of this video from Darren Moore. The ultimate case is for tracking all of our transactions to make identity unified with payments, traces everywhere. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, they're going to want some stuff, right? They're going to use this technology, and obviously, they have, had no choice but to embrace this technology or what's going to go around them. And so they're like, look, if we're going to move to this new financial system, we want some stuff in return, right? So obviously being able to trace transactions is going to be a massive thing because they found out that it was available to be able to do so. And the ledger, look, the ledger, the XRP ledger is just genius, right? It can do anything that you want. And it's nimble, like Greg Kidd said. You can adjust and make changes to it and make it better, and improve upon it. So in a lot of ways, it works for everyone. It works for everyone. It may not work for people who think ultimately, look, think about this. If the central banks can now take advantage of the whole stablecoin thing and deal directly with you and I, and just like Kathy said, disintermediate commercial banks. What is that doing for the banks? It's doing something, right? Again, if the commercial banks had 10 things that use cases, it's going to narrow it down to 3, 2, maybe even just 1. Bitcoin's not going to do that. Or perhaps the XRP ledger, in working with the central banks, is doing that, if you understand what I'm saying. All right, Bitcoin is not going to change that 7 basis points that Naveen Gupta is talking about in cross-border payments. It's not going to change it. It's not going to change it. But if you can get something to free up those trillions and trillions of dollars, which the XRP ledger and XRP can do, that changes it. Right? That has a possibility of changing that, just like Naveen Gupta said, lowering it. Right? Important things to think about, guys. Really important things to think about. Jackie 33 is here. Hey, miss, how are you? Chrissy Fouts, another lady of crypto, is here. Jackie 33 and Barbara Taylor are all in the house. Hello. And Aida is here. How about that? All the ladies of crypto are in the building. Good to see you guys. Really good to see you guys. Let's go over a little bit more and listen to a little bit more before I show you something out of the ECB. Let's see here.
banks is a setup.
Well, I mean, certainly we do know of central banks looking at the XRP ledger as open source technology to issue stablecoins using the XRP ledger. And that may happen. And frankly, it's open source technology. We don't even necessarily have to be involved with that. Now, as experts in using the XRP ledger, some of them talk to us and we try to be helpful. And we think that can be good for the overall dynamics in the XRP community.
Central banks have been looking at the XRP ledger to issue stable coins. As experts in using the XRP ledger, some of them talk to us and we try to be as helpful as possible. The XRP ledger is an open source technology. It's a public blockchain for anyone in the world to use, and it was designed for interbank settlement. The central banks need the efficiency the XRP ledger provides to prevent a crisis from wiping out the financial system.
That. The challenge is that the U.S. share of the global economy has been reducing. The dollar's share of payments, not just financial assets, but payments, a lot of payments between countries that have nothing to do with the U.S. are in dollars. And what happens in situations like we're in today, where the U.S. economy, to its credit, is relatively strong, is doing better, and the Fed has been doing the right thing, which is, they've adjusted policy, they tightened policy as it was strengthening. Now they're making, the Fed is doing the right thing, but they have adjusted and policy is relatively strong. That means rest of world policy is tighter than it needs to be, and that feeds back on the U.S. economy in a way that ultimately slows this economy, and it leads to a substandard outcome. And in a world where you only have limited policy space, it's a dangerous place to be. And so the trade issues we're talking about are reinforced by the structure of the monetary system. Now, I mean, you've asked a big question, so just give me a second to. But now the issue is, you don't just jump to something new overnight. And what we want in a multipolar world, I think we'd agree that we've got European engine, we've got the Chinese engine, we've got the US engine of this economy. Multipolar world, you need a multipolar currency. The question is, how do you get there? And I laid out some ideas of how you would get there.
And the bottom line, Governor, is that all of the pressure on the difference in growth around the world would not fall on the dollar exchange rate. Yeah. It would be spread out if it was a global basket of currencies.
It would be spread out. It was a global basket of currencies. It's better for the system as a whole. It's better. It raises that equilibrium level of interest rates.
Right.
It gives central banks more policy, but it gives people who are watching greater returns on their savings.
Well, certainly.
Mark Carney, the respected central banker, is speaking about a global synthetic hegemonic currency replacing the dollar. Mark Carney is not a Bitcoin maximalist or a conspiracy theorist, but instead he is a well-respected central banker. That is the head of groups like the FSB, where he's invited to G7 and G20 conferences. He told the world that the dollar needs to be replaced with a digital currency. He did this at Jackson Hole on U.S. soil. He stated that the dollar as the reserve currency should be replaced. There is a future in public blockchains, and we're watching it unfold. Regulations, revaluations, institutional buying, partnerships, etc. I sincerely believe that this is not a speculative bubble like 2017, but believe that something is transpiring and this is the beginning. At this critical time, we are moving forward with the beginning stages of testing crypto assets. The dollar dominance is being unwound with digital currencies.
Getting back to Facebook, I had previously commented that I didn't think it was very well thought out because they talked about linking it to a basket of currencies, and being an ex-FX person, it made no sense to me. I think they've come a long way in their thinking, and clearly if you're a central bank or a government, you don't want to lose control of your money. But I think the solution is central banks working with private companies to come up with a new type of money.
David Rudder is the CEO of R3. R3 is a distributed ledger technology company that has partnered with the entire banking underworld. R3's Corda is the gold standard for DLT software and is accepted by governments and central banks around the globe. A global stablecoin is theorized as a basket of currencies, and David Rudder, the ex-Forex guy, does not think a basket of currencies makes sense. He believes the solution is for the central banks to work with the private sector to come up with a new form of money.
The world of investing is rapidly changing, and many will be left behind. The old system is dying, and cryptocurrencies are revealing themselves as the future of finance. Unfortunately, most American retirement accounts are still locked in with the old system. It's time to break your retirement account out of the old corrupt system and invest in the future. iTrust Capital is the world's leading crypto IRA platform, allowing investors to invest in cryptocurrencies while avoiding expensive capital gains taxes. If you want to learn more, head to itrustcapital.com or click the link below to receive your free crypto IRA guide.
There's certainly a chill right now. Are other cryptocurrencies that raised and are active over the past couple of years, should they be worried?
Cryptocurrencies on to time. This is a very exciting development. Certainly is
volume, the more transactions can run through ODL. This is a setup, and we are blessed. Crypto is appreciating in value, and the volume is deeper. The SEC decides to sue Ripple. Why now? This lawsuit will provide clarity for XRP. The banks that wanted to adopt and utilize XRP will soon have clarity and the green light. With higher prices and higher volume, the more transactions can run through ODL. This is a setup, and we are blessed because we can see the big picture.
In time, but in the meantime, this is a very exciting development. Certainly is getting everyone to study and learn much more about cryptocurrencies, blockchains, other crypto assets. And from an innovation point of view, we think we have miles to go. This is just the beginning. And to put that in perspective, today, I believe Bitcoin's the equivalent of market cap or network value is a little over $700 billion. And many people with it having doubled from 20,000 to 40,000, those sound like huge numbers. Actually, it's only a little over 700 billion. What does that mean? Well, Tesla is over 800 billion. These are both very big ideas, some of the biggest ideas I have ever come across in my investing lifetime, which has been a long time. So I've been in the business more than 40 years. Couldn't be more excited about all of the innovation taking place now. Never seen anything like it. And I really do think some wonderful days are ahead for the exponential growth trajectories that are going to deliver superior investment returns, no matter what the environment is. We'll have to go through our ups and downs, and certainly with valuations where they are right now, I'm sure we're going to go through a doozy of a correction this year.
How about that? We might be right in the middle of a doozy of a correction as we speak.
At some point, I don't know when, and I don't know why, but I do know it never hurts to take profits and to keep some powder dry so that you have the psychological wherewithal when the world seems to be falling apart to pick up on bargain basement prices, like the ones we got during the coronavirus.
Well, there you have it. I got to tell you guys, make sure if you haven't already, subscribe to Darren Moore Jr. on YouTube. He really puts out some great stuff. I said something here. I said, Kathy is one smart lady. Great stuff, brother. This is an interesting comment that I think we'll see, right? It makes a lot of sense. And Darren has alluded to this as well. Remember ODL, the price of XRP allows for more for the people on ODL and using ODL and on the RippleNet to do more transactions. The higher the price of XRP, right? It's been said from almost day one, the XRP can't be low. Darren Schwartz said XRP price has to be high. Nathan Stone said something, it's interesting. XRP will be declared a currency. Banks will integrate quickly. Price will skyrocket while most exchanges still have XRP delisted, making it hard to purchase. The old supply and demand thing. And I just think that let me get out of here. I just think it's important to understand when we talk in G7 and G20 nations of the world, right? They can, what happened there? They can get the bigger picture and have the bigger picture, right? I know we've all thought, all the content creators, all the people in the XRP community, how is this price? How is the Shane Ellis theory going to happen? How is this price going to get higher? How does a floor, a price set, which essentially is a floor for XRP price? How is all that stuff going to happen? Well, if XRP does get some type of designation that provides clarity, and the banks can immediately integrate, what do you think that will do for the price? Then you throw on the fact that no one can get it. Right? I mean, look, they've been playing this game. They understand how this whole supply and demand and how the exchanges work and what could possibly happen if this is done. Thought out, way in advance of the average retail investor. Eric Jenkins makes a great point here, and this has been said before. When they open up buying of XRP on Coinbase after January 19th, it will be too expensive for the average person to buy. I mean, that's a major point. And we just can't say that that's not possible. Right? That's a possibility. It just is a possibility. Thank you for sharing, Eric. I appreciate that, right? It just is a possibility. And what is the retail investor going to say? You delisted XRP and you halted the trading, whatever, and we couldn't get any. Now it's too expensive. Who are they going to turn to make that argument? Like, who are they going to turn to make that argument? Right? I think BitTrue and Uphold right now, J. I'm just saying, right? Who are they going to turn to say, well, Coinbase and these exchanges, right? I couldn't get any when it was 20-something cents or whatever. Who are they going to write their congressperson? I mean, who are they going to turn to make the argument? Because the answer is going to be, well, the SEC has this lawsuit as a business. We could not afford to take a chance in listing it, for fear of the SEC coming out on us. And the SEC is like, well, who are they going to have to answer to, right? Only thing they're going to have to answer to is not that they caused some harm. The only SEC is going to answer to is, you knew about this thing for a long time. Why didn't you do something sooner? There's not going to be any repercussion, if you will, if there's no harm to the people who had XRP. You get it? If there's no harm, ultimately, if there's no harm, right? It started as a currency. You didn't sell. I mean, I get this class action lawsuit that's kind of going on right now, But I doubt if there's going to be some type of harm that you can be added in there to recoup what you lost, because ultimately, if you don't sell, you don't lose. Right? Aida says, all my XRP is sitting patiently on the Zoom app, like, watch it. I hear you, miss. I hear you. Right? So that is the deal, right? By the way, Celsius, Alex Mashinsky did say, just for those of you who have your XRP there, that they are looking at the possibility of not listing XRP. They're looking at that. So you got to be, keep your eye out, and I'll try to keep you guys updated on that as well. For now, I'm going to get as much interest weekly as I possibly can. And if they make that decision, for me, thank God for cold wallet storages, right? So for me, that's kind of where I'll be with that. May even add to get a little bit more on the Zoom app as well. So, I mean, you got to look at that. You got to look at that and say, is that a possibility? Halted, traded, delisted it the 19th or whatever. I mean, the Davos event is happening a week later after Coinbase is going to delist it, right? I think 25th to the 29th, the Davos thing is going on. If you can no longer get it on the major US exchanges, you can't get it, right? I mean, Uphold is doing what they can for now. Uphold and probably even BitTrue, right? You can get it. Vast majority of people, their first place they go to is Coinbase, vast majority. So again, I think it's a possibility. Pager, I saw no reward on my XRP this week in Celsius. Really? I didn't even look this morning yet. I didn't even look. I know they're looking into the possibility of delisting it. Basically kind of going through, they're saying, they have to look at other people halting it and delisting it and having to see if it's going to somehow, I mean, their argument right now is that it could harm the Celsius platform holders, So they're looking into it, just to be honest with you, just to let you know. So. Right, so just to kind of let you know, just halting it, you said, I don't know if it was halting or delisting it. TJ Jackson says, I received my Celsius rewards as usual. There you go. So, and if it's halting, I guess that would mean you can't deposit any more XRP on there, and they do have a way for you to buy crypto, so probably you can't buy anymore. Using the Celsius as well, when and if they decide to do it. So we shall soon see. Right. So that, again, just to kind of give you a heads up, but understand, just like Wi-Fi say, XRP is global. Think outside of yourself and the US. It's global. It is global, right? KuCoin, right? OceanX. Right? They're not stopping anything going on with XRP. So just understand that, right? Right? So just understand that. Chrissy says she hasn't received her rewards today either. Interesting. Yeah, I got to tell you, overall, Celsius is just overwhelmed by growth. Now, listen, that's a great problem to have as a company, but they are overwhelmed and they are not keeping up. As much as I love Celsius and the platform, and it's hard. We went through that as a company as well. I remember those months of real big time growing pains especially in terms of customer service, because you can't bring in enough people and train them when you got that growth. Right? Because you got to have time to train the people. And who's going to train the people? You got to take your resources that you currently have to train the people. So it just creates this big time slowdown. And we went through rapid growth, right? As a company, rapid growth, unprecedented growth we went through as a company, right? Better than Google, Apple, eBay, Amazon, our first 5 years was record setting, right? And so, and you get this customer service, you can't, it's just hard to catch up. It's hard to catch up. It took a while to catch up, right? And really the only way that catches up is when the growth kind of stagnates and it gives you time to catch up. Gives you time to hire more people and the time to train the new people. So that's, you know, that's what's going on over there. They didn't expect the growth. We're not prepared for it. It's hard to prepare for it. And that's what they're dealing with right now. Bringing enough people in all their different verticals or departments, if you will, bringing them on, right? You got to go through the hiring process. That takes time. You got to go through the hiring process to bring the right people on. Then you got to train those people. That takes resources away from other places, if you will, to train the people. So it's, you know, it's dicey. A great problem to have because growth is growth. I noticed that I don't even have the borrow button on my Celsius app any longer. So TJ Jackson, you got the borrow button on yours? I've already emailed apps at Celsius Network, apps at Celsius.network. I've already emailed them. But I just noticed that like a couple of days ago, it's like, where's the borrow button? But he did say in the AMA that they're focusing solely on the onboarding of these new people and making sure they're being taken care of, right? So Big John, Celsius is a yield earning platform where you put your assets on there and they pay you interest on those assets. Hold on 1 second. Let me check something, guys. So yeah, so that's kind of the deal there. I've been pushing Celsius, but looking forward to Flare Finance. Absolutely, definitely looking forward to Flare Finance, right? As another option Wi-Fi for us, right? Oh, you can't borrow in your region. Yeah. I wonder if that's what the case is for me, that they changed that? Because I used to, obviously, you know, I did a loan with Celsius. It used to be on the app. So they might have changed it. You never know because the states just change stuff and Celsius don't mess around. Oh, it's there now. It's there now. So let me see if I got my weekly deposit, weekly interest. That can't be right. No, I didn't get it. I didn't get it either. Today is Monday. Yeah, I didn't get mine either. Interesting. It didn't catch up yet. Yeah, I got the 8th, but not 11th. Not there yet. Not there yet. Not there yet. Yep. So guys, that's kind of the word on the street. Is it a setup? Is it, I mean, not a setup, but has this been planned all along? Is that the plan? Ultimately, is that the plan? That is the $10,000 question. I'm going to go over the ECB on my later stream and what they're looking into in terms of central bank digital currencies. But it's becoming more, just like Darren Moore said, this is the beginning of the kind of the real testing of what's going on in the central banks in terms of crypto and how they're going to do it. And Ripple is right there at the heartbeat, at the center of it all, because just the bottom line is they were the second blockchain to come into fruition. They were the second one. They were the second one. And they took a different approach that allows them to do the things that they've done. And just like Darren Moore said, we're lucky, we're fortunate, we're blessed that we found out about what I believe to be the greatest digital asset ever created in XRP and Ripple. And we're blessed to have been in a position to take advantage of it. It's going to take a little bit longer, just like someone from Ripple said, it's going to take a little bit longer than we thought, but that little bit of longer might be here. 2020 didn't look like it happened. We'll see what happens in 2021, guys. Listen, thank you so much for hanging out today. I got to hop on another call. It's been an awesome, awesome, awesome hang. Thank you so much for all the likes. I definitely appreciate you guys doing that. Thank you for checking in today, guys. Listen, never, ever forget this. Old money doesn't want you to win. Don't let them take it from you, guys. This is our chance to win. The digital asset space is our chance to win. Hodl strong. If you're in a position to take advantage of the red days, you might want to consider that. Hodl strong. And I'll see you guys on later on tonight. See you guys. Bye.